All my just front like they tapping. You already know. Popping. Ain't no stopping me, man. Steady rocking. Watch them hate on me now, cause I'm locked in. Watch the hate on me now, cause I'm popping. I ain't stopping.
And the New York Giants are the Super Bowl champs.
Hey, what's going on, sports fans, football fans, New York Giants fans? Welcome back to another episode of Sunday Night Football Talk with the Big Blue Crew Sports Network in the building. You heard? I got my boy Big Pat Sports Talk with me, the unpopular one, NYG22 right there. What's going on, folks?
Man, doing good. Ready for some Sunday night football talk, man. With my guys, ain't nowhere else I would rather be right now to talk of football with the Big Blue Crew, East Coast Gridiron, Snarf, Jairus, Daniel Berry Sports, Tommy. What's going on, y'all in the building? Thank you for tuning in.
What's going on? What's going on, fellas? Oh, I see how you do. Y'all some ninja
what's
watchers,
good,
huh?
man? What's good, y'all, man?
Listen, y'all ninja watchers, what's going on, NYG? Bunch of ninja watchers out there hating on the New York Giants. We all know them. We all see them on Twitter, hear them on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, X, everything, right? But
He sound like Bernie Mac,
right?
X.
Vinny, what's going on, Vinny? Good to see you, brother.
But you know what they fail to realize is New York is a team that when everybody counts them out is when they rise to the occasion. Every time we won a Super Bowl is when everybody counted us out. And this year has been no different. The whole offseason they've talked about we failed the draft, talking about Joe Shane and Dable not making good decisions, the old line stinking, DJ not being good enough, we didn't draft a quarterback, yada, yada, yada. We didn't re-sign Saquon. They disrespected the running back, da-da-da-da-da. You've heard it all, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I, for one, think DJ has heard it all as well. And he has been staying quiet and just taking it and taking it. And I think it has been building and building and building. And it is going to erupt on the field, pause, in the form of DJ picking teams apart. I think he's going to air it out. I think now he has a bunch of fast receivers, a bunch of options to get the ball off to quickly. If this O-line holds up, it's going to be the greatest show on turf, Big Blue version, which is why I'm wearing my 4th Super Bowl hat, because I'm going to have to buy a 6th Super Bowl hat here in a few years. You know what I'm saying? And I think the 5th one is coming this year. I'm not even bullshitting. I really think we're going to make some noise and upset the whole football world this year.
Well, if you want to talk about the offense in general, let's talk about the offense in general tonight. I think a thing that makes us dangerous going into the season, barring any health concerns, and it's a major if, but if the offensive line blocks and they're a decent unit, we have the weapons on the field that actually have roles now. What I mean by that is Malik Neighbors, as you know, he's going to be the number one receiver. He's going to be on the outside. We can line him up in the inside and the slot. We can do everything. He's a do everything receiver. Then we got Wan'Dale Robinson. Now he can really fulfill his role as being the ultimate slot guy that moves the chains, that guy that can get open in the middle of the field, the guy that gets the catch at 5 yards and get to turn it to 10 yards because he's one of those yak type receivers. We also have 2 receivers that can be the deep threat in Hyatt and Slayton. And we have the athletic tight end. We have the blocking tight end that can move the chains as well in Bellinger and Theo Johnson. And do we have the ultimate running backs? No, we do not. But we don't need, hate to say it, Saquon Barkley type backs to be successful. So I'm honestly ready to see what this offense can do. The greatest show on turf, Big Blue edition. Let's see if they can really turn that into something, because now we have guys that can actually play roles on this offense. It's not just a bunch of guys out there that's just running around because we don't have a certain piece to allow them to do what they do best. That's what I believe going forward. We could elaborate more on that going forward, but NYG, get your opening statement in there, bro.
As far as the offense, what's good, everybody, man? I see y'all in the chat, man. What's up, man? Appreciate y'all tapping in with us. As far as the offense is concerned, I do believe that we're gonna have to, and me and you talked about it at nauseum, Pat, last season. Those 3rd-and-1s, man. The Giants are gonna have to find a way to pick up those 3rd-and-1s, and my concern is that they're a little light in the middle of the offensive line. It's more of a pass blocking offensive line, and then you got Devin Singletary, who is not the power back that we all been screaming for. Us over here at the Big Blue Crew, anyway. For the Giants to get a power back to pick up those short yardage situations. So that's my concern on the offense. But if they're gonna pass the ball, then Daniel Jones is gonna have to be on Daniel Jones, his shit, as Lou like to say, and that's basically maneuvering, getting out the pocket, and finding open receivers on the run. He did that very well in 2022. Didn't see it last year, of course. The injury, yada yada yada, offensive line. We all know the story, but that's what I think he's gonna have to do, because this offensive line might be improved, but it's not going to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to have to make some plays off script, as they like to say. And Malik Neighbors and guys like Wan'Dale Robinson will make that easier. You know what I'm saying? Because of their route running ability, and I want to see these guys start to find, those soft spot in those zone coverages too, to help the quarterback out, when he's in trouble. Those are things that I want to see from these young receivers, particularly Wan'Dale Robinson and Malik Neighbors, the better route runners. But that's what I'm looking for as far as the offense is concerned, man. And I think this Giants offense is going to be improved. How much improved, that is to be determined. But look, we can't go nowhere but up. So, I mean,
right.
I want to add something to that, right? Peep game. Now, we all know Malik Neighbors, breakout player, phenomenal player, right? A lot of eyes are going to be on him defensively. They're going to be game planning for him, trying to bracket him and all that. Wan'Dale Robinson coming into his 3rd season. I'm expecting him to make big leaps and bounds, and I'm sure defenses around the league are as well. So they're going to be planning for him. I believe that Bellinger and Jalen Hyatt are going to have huge years, because so many people are going to be worried about Wan'Dale Robinson's shiftiness, Malik Neighbors' abilities and skill sets, that these guys are going to be able to slip through them zones and find them soft spots in the zones and get open. And both of those guys can do something with the ball once they get it. So I'm expecting this offense to be lights out, like phenomenal. If you double team somebody, you're screwed, because any one of our weapons can stab you up, slice you up, and make you bleed out.
Yeah, to elaborate off that, Lou, I do believe you may be correct in that aspect, because I don't think too many teams are going to be able to line up man to man. I don't think too many teams are going to be able to send blitzes at us like that either.
They're going to find them soft spots in the zone coverages.
Yeah. And if this offensive line block, I know I keep repeating myself, but if they block and you have to send blitzes to try to get pressure on us, Malik Neighbors is going to go off, because he's that guy that could get off the line of scrimmage and run that slant route and take it to the house. You know what I'm saying? So if you come up, yeah, you might have some success bumping high at the line of scrimmage this year. I'm not a moron. I do know that guy does have a problem getting off the line of scrimmage if he's if he's being bumped and run. Wan'Dale Robinson, he's still, even though he has route running ability, he's still a little guy. So if you're able to get your hands on him, you may be able to stop him in a bump and run situation. But that's when the number one receiver comes into play. You want to run man on man, you're going to get burnt with Malik Neighbors, because he can get off the line of scrimmage. He can run the slant. He can run the sluggos. He can run any route that you need him to run. And
that's
so
why
if you have
man won't help them against us.
Yeah, so if you have to blitz, especially if you don't make it, oh my goodness. And Hyatt, gets running after he gets off the line of scrimmage, that's a deep pass waiting to happen.
I want to talk
So
about something that you mentioned with Hyatt Pat and using him like the Dolphins use Tyreek Hill.
yeah,
Because if he's having a problem getting off press coverage, that is a good way to kind of help him, as far as getting going, you know what I'm saying, off the snap. The way they use Tyreek Hill coming off those screens, those pick plays, and just those rub routes and things like that. So that's a way that you can help Hyatt out, and even Slayton get open, to beat man coverage. What do you think about that, Pat?
yeah. Especially if you're trying to run man to man. Now Hyatt has that ability to get going because you have him in motion doing that Tyreek Hill type motion. And he could go anywhere you want him to go. And you think they're going to be able to keep up with Hyatt speed on speed? I don't believe so.
And the
So,
Giants use a lot of motion. You seen Kafka use a lot of motion in the offense last
mhm.
season. So that's something that I'm gonna keep my eye on as the season progresses.
Also, one thing that opens up the screen game as well. Because now if
Yeah.
we catch you in one of those blitzes with the screen game and our offensive linemen are pretty decent and you pinning your ears back to get after Daniel Jones because we're eating your zone alive. Now that's where the screen game comes into play. Now Tyrone Tracy comes into play. Singletary comes into play. They're both very good backs when it comes to the screen. So now we got numbers out there against your blitz. And if we get behind your blitz with a screenplay, what's that, 20 yards at least? So,
Yeah.
man, everything depends on this offensive line blocking, man. If they block, I do believe Lou's theory will come true. Now, I'm not saying Daniel Jones going to throw 42 touchdowns, but I do know he can throw 30.
I am. What's up, Snarf?
Yeah.
This
I
this
can't.
this is
I
not
can't.
my personal stream, Snarf, so I can't bring you on. Pause.
I can let you on for a few minutes if you got something important to say, but I can't let you chill all night because we have an agenda here. Are y'all
Yeah.
worried
But
about the video of neighbors throwing racks at the club? No, he's a young man
No.
who just came into money. Let him enjoy it for a little bit. As long as he's not doing it in the season on the weekends, going to the club when he should be practicing, I'm all right.
Yeah, it's the off season. It's a couple of
I
weeks
mean, are
before
these dudes
training
not
camp.
supposed to live? Like they supposed to go in the dark room and do shrooms like Aaron Rodgers and just hide out? Like what are these guys? They got lives, man. Like chill for a
Jay
minute.
Lay, what's
Mhm.
good, bro?
He ain't break no laws, so shit.
Right.
What we talking about?
C Webb Senior, New York Giants, four-time Super Bowl
Hey,
champ. What's
what's
good,
going
brother?
on, C Web?
C
Hey,
Web,
hit
what's
that
good?
like button and
Tuning
subscribe
in
button
through
for
Twitter.
Lou.
Thank you very much, man. Hit that follow button on Twitter. Hop on over to YouTube and give me a subscribe, man. It helps me out a lot. I ain't asking for no money, just a sub and a thumbs up, man. That helps me out a lot. Greatly appreciate it. Joel in the building.
He said it's late. This past his bedtime.
Oh
Take
bullshit.
your old
Relax,
ass to
10 o'clock.
sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
All is well
have
with you,
a
Joe.
preseason.
Praying for you, man. I know you're still grinding and still exercising and still getting back to 100%, brother. Keep
And
going and
still
keep
raising
grinding,
that
man.
mannequin.
Right.
D Ella. Man, thank you guys for stopping by and subscribing and hitting that thumbs up button. Don't be ninja watchers all your life. It costs you absolutely nothing to push that button and hit the subscribe to support the channel. It is free. You don't got to create an account, put your email in, or nothing like that. Okay. Jay Lay in the building. What's going on?
Diella,
D
what's going
Ella.
on?
He said, shit, give me a check like that, and I'm going to be wilding in the club. LOL.
we
You
already
gotta
know, Jay
understand this
Lay.
this man's only what, 21 or 22 years old. Let him live
Yeah,
a little bit,
man.
man. As long as he ain't out there driving 150 miles per hour or doing something crazy like that, man, let him live a little. You know what I'm saying? And he talking about he throwing racks. Man, that man threw $10 in there. That was a stack of $10 in that mug. Hell, shit. I'm 22 years old and I just got 30 million guaranteed or something like that. Shit.
Yeah,
You know
spend
what
a
I'm
couple
saying? Let him live
dollars.
a little bit. Well, spend a couple of dollars as long as he ain't getting into no domestic violence or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, shit, let him live. Let him
Marlon
do what he needs to
Jackson,
do.
thank you for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it, man. He says, y'all brothers do a great job. Love y'all points of view. Hey, listen, we love you paying attention. We love you tuning in, man. Hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up button. Feel free to leave your comments, thoughts, opinions, and ideas in the comment section. Anytime that we live or we drop a video, we always respond to y'all. We're not the type of guys that just read the super chats. Everybody's opinion is valid. We read everybody's comment. We highlight everybody's comment unless you're saying something completely reckless and disrespectful. But for the most part, we like to hear everybody's opinion and engage with the community and interact with you guys because you guys are the reason that we do this. You know, we grow, we have these conversations, we interact with people, we meet people, we network. This is all a fandom with guys who are passionate about the sports and the players that we like and the teams that we cheer for. So thank you for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up button, man. Giants for life is a fact. You heard?
And I guess that's C Web's YouTube. Yep, that's C Web. Yeah, C Web, go to G Nation Inside Sports and Unpopular Opinion Sports and get those guys a like and a subscribe too. We all are the Big Blue Crew, man, the Big Blue Crew Sports Network.
Sure.
Most
Just
definitely appreciate y'all.
Thank you very much, Mr.
well, let me go take a quick smoke, bro. I'll be right back because I got a question for you guys, and I think that'll give us a little content to go through. But give me 1 second.
He said he got to smoke before he asked this question. Boy, this must be sir.
It's about to go down.
The first concern has to be the O line. Well, I'm not as concerned as the O line as I used to be. I think that they did a lot of things to address it. My concern about the O line, my big concern with the O line is Evan Neal. I've stated it numerous times. I've lost confidence in the kid. He's still nursing an injury. We haven't seen him do nothing. So my concern would be Evan Neal. At this point, I think that we should slide him into guard, right guard, not left. And let him play alongside Luminor. But
I mean, yeah, some other concerns would be, of course, CB2, opposite Deontay Banks. Of course, you're going to be looking at Flott possibly in that position. So that's a little iffy right there. Then you have the 3 tech next to Dexter Lawrence. That's a spot that I'm looking to see if somebody is going to step up. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to need some help for Dexter. You mentioned the offensive line. That doesn't that's obvious. That's the obvious one. And you could say tight end. I don't think tight end is an issue, but you know, again, there's some questions about Bellinger that people have. I don't know if it's a injury or something, but people saying he might get cut. Like, I'm hearing a lot of things about Bellinger, so I don't know what's going on with Bellinger. But
misdirection.
those are a few that I'm looking at as far as position wise concerns.
Out of everybody on this team, Daniel Bellinger and Darius Slayton have the most familiarity with DJ, the most chemistry with DJ. And with Darius Slayton being like the 5th receiver at this point, I doubt that they're
the
going to
5th.
get rid of the only other familiar person.
When did he drop the 5th?
Huh?
When did he drop the 5th?
I'm just in my head. He's 5th. I don't like
all right.
you know what I'm saying? I got Bryce Ford Wheaton over Darius Slayton.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're on the Slayton hate train.
No, I'm not on the hate train. I'm not on the hate train. He produced when he was called upon for the most part. I didn't
Slayton is the number 3 receiver on this team.
I really hate that statement.
This is a fact, though. I'm just telling you. People don't like it, but he's making the most money too. So you got to understand that too. They're gonna play him, unless they trade him.
In my view, it's do or die for DJ this year. I absolutely agree with you 100%, Snarf. Also put Neil on the left, not the right side. Damn. Well, he played on the left side predominantly, but Andrew Thomas at
Yeah.
the left zone. I don't want to move Andrew Thomas, and I don't want to throw Evan Neal as the left guard next to him to mess up what Andrew Thomas got going on. So if you've had him at right tackle this whole time and it hasn't panned out, just slide him one block over to right guard and force him to fucking play.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I see it, Lou. I mean, we see eye to eye on this one because I have little faith in Evan Neal.
Do they keep 3 or 4 tight ends? I think they're gonna keep 3. We gotta have some spots for wide receivers and running backs because we're running back by committee, whether people want to admit that or not. Oh, they didn't re-sign Saquon. Yeah, because we have 3 running backs.
Yeah, I mean,
What about the defensive tackle from Oregon who they were high on? Is that Cooper Beebe? No, he was an offensive lineman. Defensive tackle.
was that Jordan Riley?
We still have him.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, until Hyatt shows out on the field, Slayton is number 2." Man,
Right, Diella.
Slayton.
I mean, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, he's number 2. All right, you right. Yes, you said that correct, D. Ella. He is pure
Yeah.
D shit.
I
No,
mean,
he-
it's in front of as far as targets. I think he'll be 3 because I think Wandell and Neighbors will get more targets than him. But he's gonna be right there with those guys.
Yeah, is he gonna
So-
catch him? Is the question.
I don't understand why people are on this. The guy can't catch shit. Like
He can't.
he had 2 drops last year.
He can't catch.
Well,
Go ahead. I just try to get you.
Shepard couldn't catch. Saquon Barkley couldn't catch either because they had more drops than Darius Slayton.
Well, Shepard couldn't catch anything but a damn injury. Seemed like that motherfucker got hit. You
He couldn't
sneezed
catch a
at
pass either.
him. You sneezed at him, he was hurt.
Neither could Barkley for his all world talent. He
didn't
led
get
the
signed
team
to
in
catch.
drops too.
Yeah, he didn't get signed to catch. He got signed to run, but the line couldn't block for him. But that's
Wow.
fuck Barkley. He an Eagle now, so we ain't
You know
gonna
what
spend
I'm
no
saying?
time talking about him.
I'm just saying though.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying though.
And I was a huge Barkley fan, but he bitch made ass me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but nah, man.
That false flagging ass dude right there, man. You know,
People
rep
gotta
one
stop with
color.
the Slayton disrespect, man.
you gonna
That
rep
dude
one
been
color this
solid.
whole time.
Been a
And then
solid.
go to our rivals. And you think you gonna walk around in New York like shit sweets, huh? Like we
You
don't
talking
want
about
you.
Barkley?
Yeah. You don't even
Oh,
shop
where's he walking at New York?
No, I'm just saying. I hope he don't think he can just be walking around shopping and shit in New York.
He can't cross the bridge. No,
Niggas gonna throw
You're
eggs
not
at you
crossing.
and
You're not crossing any bridge or any tunnel into New York. I'm sorry. If you want to go to New York, nigga, swim the Hudson. Swim the
right
Hudson.
over there with Meek
You wanna-
Mill in there. That's where you want to be. With Meek Mill in there. Let him be over there.
Guy puts up 750 on 50
Right.
catches every year. I don't know. Everyone wants to kick him to the curb.
That's a
Right.
fact. I don't know why everybody wants to just kick him to the curb.
Rookie tight end is going to make a big difference this year. I think Theo Johnson could make a huge impact this year.
Yeah. It's one
That
of my
shit.
I think-
impact
I-
players.
Made
I
a
think
huge
it would-
impact his rookie year.
I think it will be later on in the season because I believe you have to go with
I
the
agree with
veteran
that,
and Bellinger
yeah. I agree
in the
with
very
you on that
beginning.
one.
Now, if that offensive line shows that we don't have to put a tight end every time on Evan Neal's side to block, yeah, now it's time to add Theo Johnson to the game to open up the field a little more. Because if he could get down the seam and you got Wandale Robinson working the middle of the field, you got Malik Neighbors, and between Hyatt and Slayton on the other side of the field, I do believe Theo Johnson can cause huge problems for defenses moving forward if this offensive line is secure. Now, if it's not, then Bellinger's going to have to be your guy because I don't think Theo Johnson's ready to take on that blocking role. Not quite yet. But To get to that question that I was going to ask, um, unless Lou had another question,
No, go
um,
ahead.
how does the skill sets of our receivers help each other out? Like Neighbor's skill set, Wandale Robinson's skill set, Slayton's skill set, Hyatt's skill set. How do those skill sets? How can the Giants use those skill sets between those 3 to 4 receivers to help them get each other open? Because like me and NYG and Lou was talking on the Spaces, I think it was 2 days ago. I was saying that the scheme is the most important part to your team. A lot of people saying, "Oh, it's the quarterback and whatever."
Well, I mean, if you don't scheme the quarterback into the best possible position to utilize his skill set, then it doesn't matter what the hell he can do. So the scheme has to be, because the person who has 53 players on his team has to know what best puts what play and what scheme puts them in the best possible position to utilize their God-given skills and talents. And if you're not putting them in the best possible position, then you are hindering the team.
Well,
So
here's
and
how you
play
do that,
it
Lou.
goes hand in hand.
As far as the scheme is concerned, look, you have a lot of speed on the field right now. You have two excellent route runners, meaning they can get open in short areas, short quick area routes. And then you have two burners, Slayton and Hyatt. So
Tutu!
the object would be to use your burners to clear out space underneath for your route runners. You could put the tight end in there, Daniel Bellinger too, as well. And once that defense starts to play up, then now you're able to, you know, as like Pat says, as long as the offensive line can block, now you're able to hit those deep shots and get big plays down the field with your speed guys and Hyatt and Slayton. So I mean that's just a simple basic scheme. You know what I'm saying? Of course you can add in different route concepts, hollow, drag routes, different things like that, so on. But that's just basic right there as far as the scheme is concerned. As far as what you're saying, Pat, how the receivers can help each other.
That wasn't Mac. That was Joel Tudo.
What's good, Tudo?
So I think the way that we can approach it, and this is why I say the offensive line, as far as people on the field, is the most important part to your team, because your offensive line really dictates how you can attack a team.
I don't have no food, Tudo. Jesus Christ.
Your offensive line really dictates how you can attack a team. Because if your offensive line is able to hold up against 4-man pressure, even though you got 7 men in coverage, if we got four to five receivers able to go out on routes and they have that amount of speed with route running to go with it, it's going to be kind of hard to guard everybody, because you're going to have somebody over the top to guard Hyatt. I don't think any team, if they're smart, will allow Hyatt to go one-on-one on deep routes all game long, because sooner or later he's going to get past that guy. Same thing with Slayton. It's the same thing. And then those deep dig routes across the field, one-on-one, I don't think anybody stops those guys on those deep digs across the field if they're not able to get their hands on them. Then you got Wandale Robinson, one-on-one in the slot against Wandale Robinson and the way he runs his routes. If you have a disciplined quarterback, I'll take those I'll take those yards every time. First down, first down, first down, first down, first down to touchdown. Hell, you want to let us take 10 minutes off the clock? Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Malik Neighbors. If he's one-on-one, you don't know if he's going to do a dig. You don't know if he's going to do a comeback. You don't know if he's going to do a curl, a out and up, a sluggo. You don't know what he's going to do. And I don't think, even now that he's a rookie, I don't think too many corners want to be put on the island with Neighbors right now, because of his skill set. So this is the reason why I say if this offensive line blocks, Lou's prediction can literally come correct. Like seriously. Because if we able to dictate what we want to do, we're gonna run you off the field. And that's an absolute fact because you're gonna have to put a lot of DBs in there. And if let's just say you do cover up everybody and everybody's back is turned, DJ can take off. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just wishing that this line can just be decent. Don't let everybody be the 85 Bears coming against us like it has been the last 3 years. If we can stop you, if you have to have somebody like a TJ Watt to get pressure on us, we're going to win a lot of games. To be honest with you, because the way this team is being built is actually pretty damn dope. And what I know they're banking on Hyatt developing into a very good outside receiver. That's what they're banking on. Or they're going to use on how they use Tyreek Hill, which could be deadly as well.
I ain't got food to feed all the hungry people, okay? But I will tell you this: when the devil tempted Jesus and told him Jesus was fasting for 40 days, the devil came up to him and he said, "If you the son of God, turn this rock into a piece of bread." Jesus told him, "For it is written that man shall not live off bread alone, but out of every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God." So eat the word spiritually. Be filled spiritually. God will provide your food. Okay?
Pat, I want to talk about the offensive line for a second. And I know a lot of people focus on, what we can do as far as passing the ball, but what about this run game? And how do you think this offensive line is going to do in the run game? Because I always say, I think Evan Neal, despite his awful pass blocking, he's our best run blocking offensive lineman. But I don't think there's a real commitment in Dable's scheme to want to run the football like that. And then we light on the running back, what I'm saying, committee as far as, what we talked about earlier, having a power back to get those short yardage situations. So how do you think this offensive line can do in the run game, particularly this year with the running backs that we got?
What I want them to do is add a counter run play to this team, like a counter play. You haven't seen many counters in Dabo's scheme, but I do believe we have some very good backs to where we can run some counters, and we have some athleticism at the guard position. As far as getting out and running, light skinned Jermaine can get out and run to get a block. So can Runyon. I've seen him do it with the Packers a whole lot. So if we could get you moving to one side and start hitting you with some counters, Devin Singletary is a very good inside the tackle runner. He hits the hole with conviction, and he just knows how to get forward. He knows how to push forward. So same with Eric Gray, he has that ability as well, and so does Tyrone Tracy. He has to learn a little bit more than Gray and uh, Singletary, but I would like to add a counter run play to
All
this
men
team.
can hit the hole with conviction when motivated properly.
Lord have mercy. But I think we're gonna be running a lot of off tackle too. And if we do run that off tackle, I would like to see them run towards Evan Neal's side. I believe Evan Neal's a heck of a run blocker. As much as his pass blocking is a huge concern. His run blocking, I don't have any concerns with him run blocking. When he gets his hands on you, you're gonna move. But I mean, I have to see the run game this year in YG because like you said, man, I think these dudes out of every 10 plays want to pass the ball at least 7.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
want to be a run when needed only. And that's not very good unless your passing offense is like that, which it looks like that's what they're trying to build with all the speedsters and route runners. I mean,
I
shifty
just
guys that they brought in at
I
wide
don't
receiver.
see how you go from 32nd to like that, as you said, Lou. Like I think we can be like mid pack at best, but to be like that, like I don't
Yeah,
see
you
it.
gotta have a run game, bro. That's my biggest concern.
Yeah, the run game is top. Besides the O line, the run game is right behind the
Yeah,
O line.
absolutely.
Because I just don't. The more I look at it, I'm trying to see how the run game can go. I just see them doing a lot of shotgun draws,
Yeah,
and
bullshit, yo. Like
yeah,
I
I
don't.
just see them doing a lot of runs out of the shotgun. I don't see them lining up in I formations.
And then
They're
what we
gonna
gonna
line
do
up.
on 3rd and 1? I hope it ain't HB dive. I mean, like, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Because
It's gonna piss you off again this season. I mean, get prepared for it, bro.
you know what I
We
mean?
might be doing passes on 3rd and 1s 80% of the time.
That shit
Yep.
wild, yo.
You know what I'm saying? So, or it's gonna be the tush push. That's about the only thing I can see. Because because if you line it up straight I form, I don't think we have the power back to
No, we
do it.
don't. And we don't have the power
Unless
in the
it's
middle
Eric
of the
Gray.
line to do it. We have
Yeah,
athleticism, like you said. We don't have power in that on that front
we
line.
sure don't. I mean, Illuminor has power,
Yeah,
but
and Evan Neal, and that's about it.
And Runyon don't have that
Andrew
power.
Thomas is not really a
You know
power
what,
dude
D.
either.
Ella? That not particularly them players, but look for Joe Shane and the Giants to grab a lot of guys to get cut from other teams. They're
I
not done.
believe they're
Oh,
set
he
at the running
says
back position, bro.
Miles
They're
Sanders.
not done. No,
Yeah,
no.
I
That's why
don't
I said
know.
not. That's why I said not them players.
They
Not
don't
not.
want to pay a running back. He told you
That's
that.
what I
They're not
said.
going to bring in a
Not
free
them
agent. Yeah.
players. Not the running back. But look to Joe Shane and Dable to grab a lot of players after guys get cut and put to the practice squad. They're still building this team. So when other guys get cut, they're gonna grab them and they're gonna cut current guys. Look for that to happen till at least week 3 or 4.
I just wanted them to get a power back for that certain situation, 3rd and shorts, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, or bring in the power back on 1st down. Let's get 4 to 5 yards on 1st down and let
Or
this
use a
offense.
fullback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
something. But they
we don't have like
Well, maybe that's
goal
the
line
concern because
situations.
there's rumors that Bellinger might get cut or this, that, and the third. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe they want to use him as a fullback, and he's like, "Hey, I'm a tight end," and maybe that's where the rumors and stuff are swirling from. Who knows?
because Carmen Basillo's scheme, from what I've read, uses a fullback.
Mm-hmm. As far as his offensive line schemes and get picking up 3rd and shorts,
Mm-hmm.
I just think that we're just gonna have to get used to us being one of those teams that just want to air you out, bro.
That shit
And
is not gonna work in the NFC East, bro. I'll tell you right now.
that's what I'm worried about. I'm
Says
not
Pat
worried.
Quinn.
Go ahead.
It ain't about this player, that player. It's about the coaches and their brilliant schemes, mate. You bring a high pay contract player, but if the coach don't know what to do, what he's doing, forget about it. It'll be shit show. Yeah.
Facts.
But that's what I'm worried about. We play in the NFC East, bro.
Damn
It's
right, Jip.
big boy central over here in the NFC East.
Yeah.
Jip.
And to get
Look at the defensive lines we got to go against.
yeah,
That's a fact, Jip, man. Build the line from the inside out.
And they want to build this Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs type style offense. I don't know.
even the Kansas City Chiefs are good at 31. Pacheco ain't no joke. Pacheco's unique. They run the ball hard at you, Paul.
They do
Lou,
run the football more than people think. I agree with you.
Lou, we're about 20 of us, all big boys with empty stomachs here and starving over here. We ain't no
Feed that
Jesus in the
man.
desert 40
He
days
comes to
starving,
find
mate.
you,
You
Lou.
have to feed us no matter what. And please stop making excuses and hiding your food. Ain't got no damn food. I am smoking, sir. That's why my camera's off. I suppress my appetite with tobacco.
But I agree with you, Diella. That's the issue that I'm worried about. He says, "Yeah, Pat, I don't like that at all. We can't be the old Bills. I just don't
Right.
see it."
Pacheco,
Right,
Yeah,
man.
that's a
yeah,
fact.
right
A lot of
against.
people don't want to recognize that because they just want to say Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes. Isaiah Pacheco was a huge part of that offense
Facts.
because if you weren't ready, Pacheco was gonna run all over you, bro. And the Bills actually got better last year when they started giving the ball to Cook.
Yeah.
So, and me and NYG called that shit mid
Mm-hmm.
game. It was like, if they keep giving this ball to Cook, they're gonna be some monsters. And guess what? They went into the playoffs. The only one that stopped them was the Chiefs, because everybody else is getting their ass whooped when they started running the ball. And I
Facts.
just don't. It's okay. Let's do it like this: Is can Eric Gray be that guy? Can Eric
Um,
Gray be that short yardage back? I think he has the ability to do it. But what's the mindset? Is he one of those guys that wants to be a shifty type guy?
again, these dudes is light though, bro. Like these
I
cats is
mean,
light, and I know it's not all about, you know what I'm saying, stature, physicality, or
yeah,
whatever. But
because you got some small guys that get in there. But
yeah, that's true.
pause.
But it's just I'm just thinking about it. I'm like I don't know. And then to me, the main thing is the offensive line. I don't know if the offensive line can get that type of push for these guys to, you know what I'm saying, get those little creases and shit like that to pick up those short yardages. I don't know. See,
That's
with a
one of the
with a
main.
with a power back like Henry or Chuck, they just going to push the pile, so to speak.
Yeah,
These guys ain't gonna do that shit.
you have to create
Right.
a slither of a hole somewhere.
Right. I don't think our offensive line can do that.
What's going on, Nerd Cage?
I don't think they built that way.
I don't think Runyon is built that way. And John Michael Schmitz, we don't know if he's a
Yeah,
finesse center
he's
yet
a
or he
he's
is
a
that
he's a
guy.
wait and see. I agree.
Yeah, that's
But for what
why
I've
I
seen
wanted.
so far, I don't see it so far.
That's why I wanted light skinned Jermaine and Evan Neal on the same side, because that creates a lot of power on one side, and I
Hmm.
think we can get that push on that side. But when you have Illuminor to Thomas and then you have Runyon to Evan Neal, it's like strong, weak, strong, weak. You know what I'm saying? So it's, mm, I don't know. I have to see it during the season. Maybe the preseason will tell us a little bit, but I think you're putting too much pressure on John Michael Schmitz to create those holes in the middle of the field, basically almost by himself. Now,
Yeah.
can Runyon and Schmitz do a double team and get a little push? Maybe. I know light skinned Jermaine and John Michael Schmitz
Jermaine
can
can
do
do
it,
it. Yeah. But
but
I don't know about Runyon, and I don't know about Smiths.
mm,
So again, it's that's my concern. My concern is that teams are gonna force us to pass, put the ball in DJ's hands, and then they just gonna eat with blitzes and rushes. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna put a lot of pressure on this offensive line to, you know, figure this shit out quickly. And they're still gonna be, learning on the fly, so to speak, because it's a new offensive line. Again, we don't have the continuity.
yeah, they're all learning each other
You know what I mean?
again. So that's what I'm most afraid of this season is the run game. And then we have to be one dimensional. And I don't care how great your weapons are. If you're one
Yeah.
dimensional and people know what you got to do,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be extremely hard to be the greatest show on turf, Big Blue Edition,
And then
if you can't
everybody
get no
gonna
run
blame
game.
Saquon Barkley, and it's gonna be a whole shit show, man. Like,
Yeah,
I really need Brian Dable to develop and get out his own head, so to speak, pause, and start running the football a little more. At least establish it early in the game, so people know that you serious about running the football.
Appreciate you listening at work, Nerd Cage.
Because
Life of an
again,
overnight driver.
oh, that's
So
what's
you're
up, man. I
saying we
appreciate
need
you.
a Brandon Jacobs. I would love to have a big bruising running back. Pause. We need a guy that can get them short yards on 3rd and 1, 4th and inches when you gotta go for it. You know, it's do or die. You can't afford to punt. You know, you gotta have those guys. Nurcase says, I have faith in John Michael Smith. Jimmy Rizzo, he says, I think talking down to others is not being real. Love Jimmy. And real are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a troll.
I don't know who that is, sir.
Lou, one day I'll go to your place and throw out that damn old same bottle of Pepsi every time you're showing it on the camera, pretending you got nothing else. Bro, don't get me wrong. My fridge ain't empty. I'm not starving. I didn't eat dinner. Sometimes I don't have time to cook a meal. I make sure my kids eat. You know what I'm saying? But I be busy, bro. Sometimes sitting down and eating a meal is more of a hindrance than a help. When you got a lot of shit to do, you don't got time to sit down and waste 30 minutes stuffing your face. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine.
Think about like when you're training and getting ready for a game. Ain't a doggone plate of food in the world gonna stop you from training to go out there and mash somebody.
More than I do, Neil. Bye. I hate people that talk down to others. Bye, fake show. All right, you have a blessed night, my brother.
Right.
D Illa, especially if you want to run those deeper routes down the field that take time to develop, running game opens that
Yeah.
stuff up.
And that's another thing, DL. I'm
Hmm.
glad you brought that up.
I don't know who aggravated you, Jimmy Rizzo, but you have a blessed night. Nobody was talking down to anybody. Here we having a good football discussion.
Right. I'm glad DL brought that up though, because I believe Daniel Jones is a very good play action quarterback. Just
Yeah.
like how, not comparing him to Eli, because Eli was very great at play action as well. If you take that away from the team, you take away the play action, and also you take away the RPO, which with Daniel Jones, I believe, is a very good RPO quarterback.
Hmm.
I think you take away from Daniel Jones not being able to run the ball. And I think you take away from any quarterback not being able to run the ball, unless you're somebody like the Chiefs. And even they run the ball a lot. And believe it or not, the Bills run the ball a lot because before they start giving it to Cook, it was Josh Allen running the damn ball all the time on those quarterback runs. So
And that's what I said too, Pat, because you need to use Daniel Jones in the running game.
yeah,
And that has to be part because look, I don't care what you think about Daniel Jones. He's the quarterback. So if I'm the offensive coordinator, I have to develop my offense to fit my quarterback skill set. Like you said, the best thing that you could do for Daniel Jones is get him in play action situations and in RPO situations where you can use his athleticism, you know what I'm saying, to your advantage. And he eats off that. We've seen it time and
mm-hmm,
time again. So Brian Dable again, this is where I need to see the coaching staff develop. You know, stop forcing this
Two, you killing the
high
points.
flying fucking Buffalo Bills offense that you want to create and create your own New York Giants offense and
mm-hmm.
use your quarterback skill set to your advantage. Yeah, is he the best quarterback? No. But use his skill set. Use what he does well to help you excel. That just makes sense.
I said I got food in my fridge. I ain't say I had money to order no food too though. I ain't got it like that. Now, shit, and I ain't got no money to be shipping no fridge.
Yeah, he said
Lou,
ship a whole
then please
fridge.
do something about it and
Damn.
ship out your fridge. We're all starving
Hey,
here. We
feed
got a
all you
long day.
hooligans.
Niggas back to our club and getting everything sorted out and getting ready for
Yo,
Tuesday training, boss.
hey, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Feed me, okay? Pause. Yeah.
I bet you, boy, Tudo and them could throw one hell of a party. I bet you they can,
Man,
bro.
shit.
People underestimate how good DJ hides the football on fakes. He
Yeah.
fakes out the cameraman. Yes, he
Yeah.
does. He's very good at
Absolutely.
that.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
that's a part of being a big blue show on turf. I believe the play action game is going to have to be a part of that. Because when you look at what the Rams did back in the day, yes, they did pass the ball a lot, and that was because Marshall Faulk can catch it. They had Isaiah Hakeem, and two Hall of Famers, and Isaac Bruce and Torrey Hope. And Marshall Faulk's a Hall of Famer as well, not to forget about him.
Warner.
But when they needed to run the ball, Marshall Faulk was a runner of the fucking ball. That dude had almost 2,000 yards rushing and almost 1,000 yards receiving in 1 year.
Facts.
So we don't have that Marshall Faulk element. We just don't. We didn't even have that element with Saquon Barkley. I don't care what nobody say. Marshall Faulk was better than Saquon Barkley in every aspect as far as a running back. And you can challenge me on that all day long. He was a better receiving back. He was better running in between the tackles. And I think he was better in an open field when he was in his prime. So if we want to get that, I do believe we have to have some type of running game. And just to ask, do you have faith in any one of these running backs we have on this team to be that guy?
Nah, not really. I will say that running back by committee works, but you need to change the pace in there. And I think we got too many players there's too many scat backs. To me, it's not besides Singletary. I think it's just too many, and even he's a scat back. So I don't see that real downhill runner to where we can have that change of pace to where teams is like, okay, this guy's in here. Okay, now you're going to make the defense tackle. You know what I'm saying? Like that type running back. And that's where the real value becomes in a running back is a guy that can pick up those short yardage downs when the whole pause is not necessarily there. We just don't have that.
I think the closest we got to it is Tyrone Tracy. He's the guy that's the bigger back that can actually do it. It's just that his mindset is like of a scat back to me. He wants to. I don't know, man. We may be completely off. Maybe they do have that guy.
He says it's not the style he's trying to use. It's more so about the talent or lack thereof. If he wants to do it with, this team has historically been void of talent. Look at the first 2 rounds over 12 drafts.
Are you talking about as far as the running back position, or I have to know what position he's talking about?
Yeah,
but we have been void of talent.
Singletary runs well between the tackles.
He does run better between the tackles than most people. But we're talking about those grimy, dirty, short yardage situations in the NFC East.
3rd and 1, 4th and inches, that type shit. Third and goal.
What's going on, Miss Flaw?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, friends. Did they fix the O-line yet? Just kidding. I come. Damn, you come from blazing, don't you? Shouts fired. Shit. Jay Ferris.
What's good, Crypto?
Since Coach Dave, super popular guy.
we did, Arcade.
By committee, all 4 of them. That is true. All 4 Super Bowls that we won with running back by committee.
I just don't like the committee.
That's true.
I think we need a better committee.
But when we talk about short yardage situations, this is not like a normal short yardage situation that we're talking about. We're talking about an NFC East short yardage situation. It's a difference.
Washington's defense is stout. Philly's defense is stout. Dallas' defense is stout. 3rd and inches and 3rd and inches for us and 3rd and 1 for us is crucial in the NFC East. And anybody who knows football knows that is a true statement.
Yeah.
But
it's different over here in the NFC East, man. I've watched too much NFC East football. And to be honest, we're the only ones that really got away from what NFC East football is really about, to be honest with you.
It wasn't for you, Pat. It was to Miss Flawed.
Okay, that's a pause.
Yeah, because the way she said it. I said, oh, coming in shots fired. She said, hashtag fire. She said, fire, hashtag applying pressure always. No. You get pressured. You don't apply pressure. Pat, when we ain't playing and we're at home, every day's a party, mate. We never rest. That's our nature, mate. On the other hand, when we're training and playing, we're grinding nonstop and never rest either.
Facts.
Okay,
I already know.
Sarkhan. I think Singletary can be that short yardage back. I hope you're
Uh-uh.
right.
I hope you're right
Yeah.
too. Okay, let's go to the AFC North. That's Pittsburgh running team. The
Baltimore
Bengals.
running team. Cleveland running
Yeah,
team.
running teams. You got 3 running teams over there in the AFC North, sir.
With improved O line, we can get them inches. Pause. Good one, Nerd Cage. Jay Ferris says Lewis more stones than an Islam defector.
Good Lord, that's a good one too.
I love listening to you guys. Jay
Dudes are
Ferris,
sick.
Big Pat,
Appreciate
thanks you
that.
very much for the $10 super chat or
Thank
super.
you.
Appreciate you, Jay.
She
She
said the
said best
AFC
division in
North is the best
football. That's
division
a
of
fact. When the
football.
NFC East do good,
Yeah,
football
Miss
is
Steeler
fun to
fan.
watch.
No, she an AFC North fan.
Hey, Jay
Yeah.
Ferris, you know you have to share alike, so you got to send me $10 too. No, I'm just.
But Coach Dave, if you go to the AFC North, is 3 of those teams are really run-based teams.
Facts.
To be honest with you, Pittsburgh
Facts.
has always been a run-based team.
Mhm.
And you know Baltimore is running the ball. I don't care they got Lamar Jackson. They start off with the run, sir. And that's
You
a
know
fact.
Cleveland running.
And
They
you
ain't
know
even.
Cleveland
They
ran the
ain't got
ball
no.
all last year. Run the ball in defense, man. That's what I'll be talking about. Everybody wants to come on here, and not to be rude, everybody wants to come on here and try to say stuff against what we saying, like we don't know what we talking about. Those two divisions are like each other. They run the ball over. It's a tough division over there in the AFC North. Those defenses over there, dogs. It's tough to get a yard over there in the AFC North.
Facts.
And it's tough to get a yard over here in the NFC East. We're not dummies. That's true too, Dieta. The Bengals are the only team over there that you can really say really are not based off the run, but even they ran the ball with Joe Mixon a lot of the times.
How the hell am I supposed to send you something to though? He says, Lou, with this skinny wallet, boss. Me and my mates are starving here. God will bless you much more when you help poor people, boss. First of all, you're far from poor.
Right.
Second of all, I have no way to send you anything. You know what I'm saying? You're far from poor, and I have no way to send you anything. So please tell me how this sentence makes sense, boss.
Right. Poor. That's the last thing you are.
Any choice but to run the ball with Mixon after the Burrow injuries.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, how do you think our run defense will be? I think our
I
run
actually think run defense is gonna be damn good this year.
four are going to create pressure,
Yeah.
which is
I
going to leave
don't think
with
I
gaps
don't
to
think
find.
Shane Bowen is playing with that run defense.
I don't think he is. If you can't stop the run, you won't be on the field. And that's a
Yeah.
fact. That's a Titan staple. They stop the run. Now you might get off with the pass a little bit, but when it came to stuff in that
And
run,
you,
them
and
boys
you know
rock-
what? I'm good with that. You know why I'm good with that? Because the teams we got to stop, they're running teams. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. You know, now Dallas will pass a little bit, man, but mostly they want to get the run game going, man, with their offensive line and then feast off the pass with CeeDee Lamb in them. So again, we got to stop. We got to be able to stop that run first.
And
That's what
with
those
you,
teams are going to be doing primarily.
you hear
You know
me,
what I mean?
Jay Ferris? He said, hot take, Daniel Jones, comeback player of the year. You must not have heard me when I came on the stream yesterday and said, hot take, Daniel Jones throws 42 touchdowns and runs for 8, totaling 50 touchdowns, with the New York Giants being the greatest show on turf, Big Blue version. You heard? I am with you on Daniel Jones being the comeback player of the year.
Shit, he do that. He's not only the comeback player of the year. Shit, he's the MVP.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shit.
You
But
comeback player of the year, MVP, and leading the league in passes, touchdowns, and yards. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's put Kermit the Frog back on Sesame Street and let's make this NFC the NFL again.
That's true.
yeah,
But when
gonna
me
start
and
with the running
NYG,
game.
when me and NYG Lutu, when we talk about the teams and the run game and everything, we base this off our division. Because if you can't win your division, a lot of the times you're not going to win a Super Bowl. To be honest with you,
Unless you the
sometimes it
Giants
happens
who
that
goes
way.
through this wild card and
Yeah,
wins anyway, but
but I mean,
Yeah.
those wild cards, we won a division that year.
he said, what
Yeah.
does Kenny think? What do you think about
Nah,
that?
I mean, I said that. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, we gotta stop the run. That's important, man, because what they were saying earlier about,
No, about his hot take. He said his hot take. He said Daniel Jones comeback player of the year, and then he asked, "What do you think?"
um, yeah, I think that's possible. He was in the running in 2022, actually.
Yeah,
So
it was.
yeah, if he has a decent season, yeah, and he got hurt last year, so it's really a comeback player.
Vinny G man in the building. Hope you feeling better, my brother. He says one problem last year against the run because we blitzed all the time.
And that's why we were getting hit by screen after screen after screen. It was
Yeah.
so annoying, bro.
That's a good idea, Sarkhan. I can't send him no money, but I can send him a recipe.
Yeah.
But he's
There you
over
go.
there. He's got all the Italian women over there. They're gonna look at him and be like, "Recipe? Get out of my kitchen."
Facts. But I base on what I've talked about against our division. Because if we can win our division, that means we're going to make the playoffs 9 times out of 10. If we can win
Yeah.
our division. And if we can win our division, that means we are a tough, gritty team that's ready for anybody. So if we can dominate our division, we can dominate everybody else too. Because that's the way our division is. That's why the NFC East has the most Super Bowls in one division.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got 13, 5 Cowboys, 4 us, 3 Commandos, and 1 with the Eagles. I think we got 13 of them. And that's
But
the most
again,
division.
if you're forcing these quarterbacks in this division to pass, I think you have a good recipe to win the game. And that's what I'm saying about the run defense. That's what I think Brian Dable was looking at. Look, if we could stop Dallas from running the football, if we could stop
It's
Philly from
Tuco's
running the
dream to
football,
become a scout for
we
good
can
food.
if we can stop Washington from running the football, then we're gonna have a good chance against those quarterbacks trying to air it out and win the
Facts.
game passing the football. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be able to create those turnovers. We're gonna be able to get pressure with our now fearsome pass rush. So I think that's the way they're looking at it. And it's a smart strategy. Because again, you got to, like we said, you got to match up against your division first and foremost to get to the playoffs.
Yep. That's why when you go to certain divisions, there's a certain style of play for almost
Yes,
every division.
absolutely.
Because they all are competing against each other. Oh, you play like this, so now we got to get players like this to compete with you because we got to beat you first before we can think about beating everybody else to get to the Super Bowl. We got to own our division first. So that's the way you got to think about it. And yes, you are right. Even though you're just trying to go against what we say, you do have to compete before you can dominate. That is very true.
D. Illa says running backs we will play are Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Saquon twice, Henry, Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, Kamara, Aaron Jones, and Chubb if healthy.
And that's a vicious list, bro. I ain't gonna lie to
Exactly.
you.
That's why we need
That's
to
a
stop the
vicious
goddamn
list.
run, man. I'm telling you,
If
If
man.
we don't stop the run, it's over.
It's over.
If not, I'm having tobacco. Lou, it's 5:28 a.m. here, and we're all about to have breakfast here. Are you gonna have Italian again, boss? No, this is not a Chris Callaway jersey. This is a Victor Cruz jersey.
But Chris Callaway was decent too.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you buying two though, yes. Lou got the Chris Callaway jersey. No, it's Victor Cruz.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He said, "Don't forget the Hungarian sausage." Pause, big fridge. Jesus Christ. See, there it goes. Show's going left. After an hour in, here it goes. Spirit of Joel comes in. And he points out that Ninja got munchies. I'm not the one talking about food. Tudo
Right. Tudo do this every stream.
Say
Send us
fair,
some
just
food, boss.
blame me. So I got munchies. I ain't said shit about food. Tudo's the hungry jack.
But yeah,
Is
man.
Tudo coming to the tailgate? Because if he is, we're gonna have to double up on groceries, bro.
He might tackle somebody. Please feed him.
We gonna have to shop at goddamn Sam's Club, man.
Matt
You buy in bulk, nigga.
Much love from Los Angeles. Let's go blue. What's going on?
All right, Matt Customs. Thank you for tuning in.
Appreciate you,
Shout out to
brother.
the West Coast.
Shit, you ain't lying. Sam's Club all day.
Word.
They give us 3 crates.
Feed Tudo, you got to give them old Scooby Doo sandwiches and shit. That Scooby.
Right. Motherfuckers was shuffling them.
Yeah. This is like cards and shit.
And then pack it down. Like, God, how many sandwiches you gonna make?
If we're being honest, this team has more questions than answers right now. All teams do, because none of them have played yet. But yeah, you're right. Tudo,
That's a fact. They all got questions.
All the tailgates.
Man.
Stop with the food talk. I'm on a 24-hour liquid diet right now, trying to slim my gut a tad. Y'all making me hungry. It's Tudo. Thank Tudo.
Yep, it's always
To
Tudo.
get coaching and play calling and talent development together. Dable, offensive coordinator Bowen, defensive coordinator Presidio, O-line, and special teams coach can have complimentary football. Seems to be the better go into camp.
Hey, one thing I do want to mention, we did hire that running backs coach from the Saints that worked with Alvin Kamara his whole career. So we do have him over here. So maybe that's why they got those type of backs.
Do what I thought they was going to do with Saquon and use the running back like Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. So we do have that guy here. So maybe that's why they're okay.
TP,
what's going on?
What's good, bro?
I did forget about that. Maybe that's why they're a little comfortable having the type running backs we had. So who knows? And I believe Tyrone Tracy can develop into that type of back, but you have to give him the reps. And I just don't see him getting many reps over Singletary his first year. So,
and I did say that about a month ago, that because we have wide receivers that was former running backs and running backs that was former wide receivers, we might be seeing our run game actually being the passing game, short passing coming out from behind the backfield, and a lot of that will probably be our running game.
So are you saying the screen game is going to be a lot of part of this offense this year, which it was with the Rams that year? They ran a lot of fucking screens that year. Yeah. So
well, you can use remember you can use Wan'Dale Robinson in the backfield too as well.
Yeah.
On different plays, so you do have him. And
but are you willing to see if he could take that punishment? You see what I'm saying? Like,
I wouldn't use him.
To be healthy, bro.
I wouldn't use him like that, but they're gonna mix it up. They're gonna have him in those spots to where
that would I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you put Singletary in the slot and then put Wan'Dale in the backfield. Kind of mix it up like that.
Right about now. Sorry, NYG.
What Tudo say? If we show up, my mates will show up as well, mate. We need an entire food truck.
We haven't had a good screen in like 10 years. NYG, my mates will show up as well, mate. We'll need an entire food truck for us only, mate, and we can afford to pay for everyone else as well. Then why are you asking me to send you a fridge if you can afford to pay? See,
right, you see what I'm saying, too, though?
The sidetrack me, get me off my sports game and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see you.
I ain't gonna say we poor, then you say we afford a whole food truck for us and you.
He's working for Bad Dog and Entertainer, the sidetrack man with food. So my content won't be specifically sports oriented. I see what you're doing, man. No. Oh man, good way to slow down the pass rush screen game.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Singletary is very smart, reads defenses, chips and release good, has a great jump back cut, Is a north and south player, helps the QB out immensely, stays in the playoff. Darnell, big money. Thank you for stopping
What's
by, man. Hit
good?
that subscribe button for your boy G Nation Inside Sports Talk. You heard? Coach Ed, what's going on, Coach? He says, "Good evening." Uh,
Good evening. What's up,
he
Coach?
took the screen package playbook with him. Get on stream. Yeah, Tudo, get on stream. Nah, no, he was talking to Coach.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, TP Way says he doesn't know if he likes Wandale in the backfield. NYG was just saying like in certain packages, maybe a
Certain,
play
yeah.
or two to throw the defense off to get them looking for something like that. I don't think they'll put him in the backfield
Yeah,
permanently. That'd be
you're
dumb.
not going to give him, you know what I'm saying, shit, fucking 10, 15 carries, no shit like that. But, you know, maybe 1 or 2 carries a game, something like that.
Yeah, that's a fact. And he actually played running back at what was it,
Yeah,
Wisconsin,
he did.
before he actually went to Kentucky. So I mean, I think we have a lot. Let me ask you this question, fellas. Is Joe Shane and Brian Dabo going a little bit overboard with the versatile
Yeah,
type player?
I'm not fat at all, Tudo. I'm slim. Lou, we're gonna help the cuz and help you with liquid liquor diet to get slim.
A liquor diet ain't gonna get you slim. It's gonna fatten you up.
Goddamn
Facts.
liver and kidney up.
But I do want to ask this question. Do you think Joe Shane and Brian Dabo are going a little bit overboard with this versatile player type thing? Are they not focused? Are they not focused enough on getting players to do a specific role?
I think to a degree, but I also look at it like this.
Shout out to
To
Coach. Sorry, shout
Go
out to
ahead.
Coach
Go ahead.
pulling them all nighters. All right,
Mhm.
Coach.
Yeah, nah, I also think though that if you have multiple players on the field
One,
that can do the go ahead.
one second. See, this is the type of stuff that I know people don't really watch the game. Why would you crowd us? Why would you crowd the box and force Daniel Jones to beat you? That's exactly what we want you to do, sir.
Because then all the naysayers have to shut up.
Not only that, that helps us out because we have speed. So if you got 8 people in the box and we're passing the ball on you, that doesn't make any sense. Like I say, you dudes just try to say anything to bash Daniel Jones. Like, really look at the game. That's what we want you to do is crowd the box. But anyways, go ahead, NYG. I'm sorry.
Nah, you
Doesn't
good.
make any sense, bro.
I do think though that if you have versatile players, it allows you to do different things on offense. Like you're not gonna lose. You can put different players in different spots, just like we was talking about with Wandale Robinson. So you can run the same play, but have Wandale in the backfield and Singletary in the slot. Or you could run the same play and have Neighbors in the slot and Wandale on the outside with fucking Hyatt in the backfield or something like that. Like when you have players with similar skill sets like that on offense, particularly, I think it opens up your playbook just a little bit more because now you can have different plays out of the same formations. You know what I'm saying? To move different guys around and confuse the defense. That's what I see as far as like the versatility is concerned. Now, it does benefit to have certain players that are really really good at what they do, particularly like pass rushers. You know what I'm saying? Just skill set, just to rush the passer. But you do want players that are versatile. Like I don't want players on my team that can only do one thing. It's like because if that one thing ain't clicking, then I can't put you on the field.
On Pat's channel. That's where he's making comments from, sir.
But yeah, y'all got it.
I mean, yeah, I totally agree with you, NYG. But your backup players, do you want them to be super versatile? Like, let's just say Isaiah Simmons. Would Isaiah Simmons be better to this team being a dominant edge rusher or being the versatile guy he is? Like a jack of all trades type dude that can do, I guess, good in different areas. But what if Isaiah Simmons was pass rush motor all day,
Think
and
of
we could
think
bring him in to spell the
Well,
other Brian Burns and Thibodeau?
D Illa, it's yet to be seen, but we're hoping with the 6 new linemen that we've added that maybe 4 of them can stand next to, or 3 of them can stand there with John Michael Smith and Andrew Thomas and make a damn difference. He says, but Pat, can DJ see the open wide receiver when the heat is on its way? I think that still remains to be seen. So there may be some truth behind what Dave said. I almost said that I ain't going to lie. Okay, there may be some truth to it. Nobody's saying that, there isn't. But at the same time, dramatic changes have been made to this offensive line. You're not out there with Feliciano, um, Nate Solder. You're not out there with the hell is the guy's name that I couldn't stand? Glowinski. You're not out there with none of these guys. They got a bunch of different guys and a different offensive line coach. So we should see guys picking up stunts and twists and sliding and shifting when they're supposed to and how they're supposed to. And this offensive line should look significantly better, at least 19 overall and not 31st. So I think that that's going to have a significant impact, and you will see DJ be able to step up in the pocket or roll out and find the receivers when the time comes.
You know what? You know what I challenge people to do that come on here and say that. And Diella, I know what you're thinking about, but I want people to come and show me on film to where DJ has a wide open guy and he just misses him, and show me how many throws he's done that throughout his career. Like people just talk like this guy just throws the ball, people be wide open, and he just throws it 5 yards away from him. Like, when have you seen DJ do that, bro? You know how many interceptions he would have thrown if he was doing that?
I mean, he's actually one of the more accurate quarterbacks in the league statistically. You know what I'm saying? Speaking, you know what I'm saying? But I always say, man, the problem with Daniel Jones is his mental. It's his confidence. You know what I'm saying? That's to me, that's the main issue. You know what I'm saying? And you see that show up with the hesitation, the people saying he locks in on one receiver. All those are confidence things because you're not trusting what you're seeing on the field. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that is due to the offensive line. You're getting hit. You seeing ghosts. You seeing the rush before it comes. So it's stuff we always talk about, man. You know what I mean? With Daniel Jones. And people just don't understand it because they don't really watch the tape. They don't really get into like the foot. And I'm not calling anybody out, in the chat or anything. I'm just saying like a lot of people don't look at it that way because they just seeing the stats and seeing the highlights or the low lights of Daniel
NYG.
Jones.
And then Coach Day keep bringing up, the average passing yards per attempt. Do you know Patrick Mahomes just won the Super Bowl with the least pass yards per attempt last year?
You can't debate stats and you can't just put stats out there when you debating players. Like some of the greatest players in NFL history didn't have the best stats. Look at some of these guys in the Hall of Fame. What's his name from the Jets? Namath, Bradshaw, the dude from the Steelers. He wasn't that great.
Troy Aikman.
You know what I'm saying? Aikman, he wasn't that great. So it's not just about stats. It's about, winning. You know what I'm saying? Being a quarterback that can play for a long time. That's a main thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just having a solid career and not looking like cheeks. You know what I'm saying? That's what gets most of these guys in the Hall of Fame. Main thing is winning in the playoffs, winning at the highest level. You know, and none of these guys that you guys talk about outside of Patrick Mahomes has done anything. None of them.
Yeah,
Not a
please
one
stop
of them.
mentioning that. How can I stop mentioning? You just mentioned Daniel Jones' pass yard per attempt. Fucking Patrick Mahomes was lower.
Heavyweight champ in the
And
building.
he's the best of the game. So that has nothing to do with it.
Hey, listen,
Facts,
guys.
TP.
If this is your first time tuning into Sunday Night Football, talk with the Big Blue Crew Sports Network in the building. You heard? Hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up button. All right, hit that bell notification. If you're watching on Pat's channel, come on over, hit the subscribe button for me. All right, if you're watching on my channel, go on over to Pat's channel, hit the subscribe button for him. Okay. Also, go to Unpopular Opinion Sports, the gentleman right there.
For sure.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Right there. All right. And subscribe to Unpopular Opinion Sports. Classified 3F with your old coach, Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports. Alex Big Blue in the Bronx. Miz in the Midday. Mac the Giants fan. Man Cave. Big Blue Corner. Big Blue Crew Sports Network. You heard? Bringing you all the sports contents, all your sports needs. Here on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. You heard? Go subscribe, man. Don't be a ninja watch all your life. Lou, my mates are saying this rude roach Dave has never said anything good or positive about NYG since he's showed up here. And if he's not really happy with New York Giants, there's always 31 other teams he could go and be as their boss. Yeah, facts. Yeah, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. He said we would have won a bunch of games with Patrick Mahomes, Jordan for sure, even with all the shit that has happened.
But to your point with the versatility thing, Pat, think about it like this. What's the main thing about the New York Giants that we all complain about? The number one thing everyone complains about uniformly that the Giants have had a problem with throughout the years. Injuries.
Offensive line.
So when you have versatile players, guess what? Now you can put different cats in different positions when you have those injuries. Because guess what? We don't have the depth right now to be able to necessarily have those specialties, those special guys that are just good at one particular thing. We have to kind of have dudes that can play multiple spots because we know we're gonna have injuries at some point throughout the season. And that's just how it is. You know, I'm with you though, bro. Like I don't like it. I don't, especially on the offensive line. I don't like that shit. But I have to think about it in a different perspective because that's just how I think. Like, so when you having injuries and you have an Illuminor who can play different spots on the line, and you have possibly a Evan Neal who can play different spots on the line. Now they're training Azudu to play different spots on the line. So if you have an injury at guard, tackle, or whatever, you have somebody that can fill in with that spot that has been trained up and coached up to do so. At least we hope. That's the hope, right?
Amen.
Well, within the last 10 years, we've made the playoffs twice. That's a challenge. That's something nice to say.
I challenge you to get rid of that picture you got next to the word Coach Dave right there and put your picture up there.
Right.
Challenge you to love yourself.
And I challenge you. And I challenge you.
I challenge you to love the way you look.
I challenge you to hold your word and go over there and be a Commanders fan, like you said. Go root for Jaden Daniels, like you said, and get the hell away from the Giants if you ain't got nothing good to say. Bounce. We don't need you.
22 NYG problems are the incompetent coaches and the players are doing their best on their own to win games, and it ain't happening, and it ain't never happened, mate.
Yeah, I mean, we do got a few Super Bowls in the trophy, but I see what you're saying about the coaching, and that's what I was saying earlier about Brian Dable needing to develop. You know, he can't force this Buffalo Bills system on this team if you don't have the horses to do it. And that goes from Daniel Jones to the offensive line to the receivers. You know, this ain't the Buffalo Bills. Daniel Jones ain't Josh Allen. Malik Neighbors ain't Stephon Diggs, at least not yet. You know, we don't have their offensive line. It's just what it is. People got to realize that, man. It is a lot on the coaching. That's why Brian Dable's got to go out there and win games this year. That's why he didn't draft a rookie quarterback. He know what time it is. You got to win, bro. You gotta get some dubs in here.
Facts. All right, you said challenge. Do the first round draft picks for the past 15 years, right? Okay, first round draft picks. All right,
15 years.
yeah, we'll do it since 2008. Kenny Phillips won a Super Bowl with us. Hakeem Nicks won a Super Bowl with us. Jason Pierre-Paul won a Super Bowl. Prince of McNamara won a Super Bowl his rookie year. David Wilson unfortunately got hurt. Justin Pugh was pretty doggone good for us. He played well for us a long time. Odell Beckham, pretty good for us. Eric Flowers, trash. Eli Apple, trash. Evan Ingram actually played some years for us and actually made a Pro Bowl with us. But if you want to call him trash, trash. Saquon Barkley, he's the greatest when he leaves the Giants. But if you say that he's on the Giants,
when he was
trash.
on the Giants, he was ass.
Daniel Jones, trash, I guess. Dexter Lawrence, all pro. DeAndre Baker, trash. Andrew Thomas, all pro. Kadarius Toney, laughter. Kayvon Thibodeau, pretty good. Evan Neal, question mark.
This is the shit that aggravates me about him. When you prove him wrong, he starts saying stupid shit like this. This what aggravates me. Going to the playoffs twice in 14 years ain't nothing to be proud of. Who the fuck on here said they was proud of going to the playoffs only twice in 14 years?
No, we proud of the 4 Super Bowls and the 8 World Championships we got, man. So shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
That's what we're proud of.
To be honest with you. And I just did the first round first. And a lot of those guys turned out to be pretty good. Now, can you
come here? I don't fucking understand it for the life of me, bro.
Now, can you accept my challenge to get the fuck on to go be a Commander fan like you said? I just accepted your challenge. Now get the fuck on to go vote for Jaden Daniels. I can't wait till we knock his ass out too. You always come on here and say dumb shit and don't have nothing to prove your facts or nothing. Go be a Commander fan like you said. Black Power. Go vote for Jaden Daniels. Bounce. We don't give a fuck about you being here because this is all you bring, bro. You don't bring nothing of substance. You bring nothing of substance.
I mean, I understand the opposing viewpoints, man, but you just dead wrong with the shit you say. And I've been calling you out on this shit, yo.
You decide to go say more dumb shit.
We've actually won a Super Bowl in the last 14 years. A lot of teams can't say that. We've actually won a Super Bowl in every decade since the 80s. Nobody can say that except us. So like I said, accept my challenge and keep your word. Get the fuck on and go over there with the Commanders and go vote for Jaden Daniels. That's what you want to do.
Discussions, and you be coming over here with negative energy, bro, every time. He's never come here and be like, "What's up, fellas? How y'all doing, man? Love the grind and effort that you guys put in."
Yeah, you always come over here with this negative shit or try to call us coons on the low or something stupid. Go over there, go to DC, and go cheer for Jaden Daniels. Paint Jaden Daniels on your fucking forehead or your chest. Go bare chested in the cold and go vote for Jaden Daniels. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what you told us. So be a man of your fucking word and get the fuck on. We don't need you over here. We didn't ask you to come over here.
Nah, he ain't a bot. He didn't came on the show.
Yeah, he's not a bot. He's just a fucking
brainwashed.
You got people in this division, the Cowboys ain't won shit in 30 years. And the Commanders even longer.
Facts.
We've won 3 Super Bowls since the last time the Commanders won one, and we've been to 3 since the fucking Cowboys. And the Eagles just won theirs. We have a lot to be proud about to be a Giants fan. We've been in the league 100 years, and you worry about the past 10 to 15 like this is all this franchise has done. You want to go be a Commander fan, it ain't won nothing since they had 3 white dudes in pig dresses.
Yo, that's what.
But you want to be a fan of that franchise.
Yeah, you want to be
idiot.
a Commanders fan.
Man,
Washington, one of the most
yeah.
trashiest franchises in the NFL. Everybody knows this. They so trash, they made them change owners. You
Think
change the
about this,
owners
NYG. We so trash and everything, but we sweep the team that he said we gonna go
every
be a
single
fan of. We
year.
sweep them every year.
Every year. That's crazy.
This is how dumb your logic is.
I just learned we created the defense chant.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
the most legendary motherfuckers to do this shit.
Tom Landry because of us.
Yep. Who also went and turned Dallas into what they became.
Bill Belichick because of us.
Vince Lombardi went and turned Green Bay into what they
Facts.
became. Bill Belichick turned New England into what they became. Sean Payton turned the Saints into what they became. All from New York.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck is you talking
Coughlin.
about? We
Coughlin
got a
did it
lot
here
to be
and
proud of with
Jacksonville.
this franchise. Goofball. Fuck out of here, man. Let me go take a smoke break, man. Can't stand people like that, bro.
Martinez.
Yeah, we provided the greatest Super Bowl game of all time. Facts. Facts. Yes, defense chant. Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. When you're a fan of a team and your team is not doing well, it's kind of like you disowning your family member when they get sick. You know what I'm saying? When you switch teams and when you come on these streams to try to bash this franchise that has done more for the NFL than a lot of franchises. You know what I'm saying? One of the pillar franchises of this league.
Coach Dave, all these gentlemen put all their time and effort to bring us the best New York Giant live streams and content on a daily basis, and this is not the way to show your appreciation for their hard work. Mate. Thank you, Tudo. We provided the greatest Super Bowl game of all time. We are legendary. E-Man Perry said, Vince Lombardi. Yes, defense chant. Honestly, I didn't know that fact. Thank you, Hard Knocks. Skins ain't been nothing since Mark Ripken,
That's true,
Mark
Vinny.
Ripken and Brian Mitchell.
Yup.
We provided the greatest Super Bowl play of all time. We are legendary. Giants were the first team to throw Gatorade on their coach. Legendary. 2 of our Super Bowls are regarded as 2 of the greatest, 25 and 42. Legendary. Let's go.
That's why I like doing Giants trivia, man, because I mean, it allows people to, you know, review the history of this team, of this franchise. Because people always want to go on TV and bash the New York Giants, but in reality, they're jealous of the Giants. Because they don't, a lot of these franchises, man, you know what I'm saying? The Chiefs, the Saints, the Bills, they don't have what the Giants have. They don't have that longevity of winning at the highest level. You know, so don't even sweat the hate, y'all. New York Giants fans, don't even sweat the hate. Don't sweat the hate. Just embrace that shit. Because guess what? They jealous. That's what they are. These mofos are jealous. Because the Giants got 8 world championships. Because the Giants got so many players in the Hall of Fame. Because the Giants, like y'all been saying, some of the greatest Super Bowls of all time. Some of the greatest moments of all time.
Let me answer this question.
They giant. They jealous.
No. Let me answer this question. Let me answer this question. 11-6 is my motherfucking prediction for the New York Football Giants this year. Division champions, NFC champions. Let's go. All right, continue, sir. Washington Commons have a different team this year. It's going to be the Giants, Washington, She-Goes, Cowgirls in that order. May I come join?
Coach.
I'm taking a break from my shit. You are more than welcome. I'm sending the link to your Twitter right now, Sky Papa. Bam. There you go. The link has been sent, senor. Swim the Hudson. First black player in Pro Football Hall of Fame, Emlyn Tennell.
Yeah, right.
Legendary. Washington fans are normally pretty cool. Not that dude, evidently.
Hey, he's a fake Washington fan. He's a fake fan, period.
Yeah, we sucked butt cheeks. Pause for like a decade. Yeah, we have. But damn, could have said it a different way. Giants also got a lot of players that should also be in the Hall of Fame and are not. What's up, Coach?
Facts. Coach.
Says
Peace and
11 and
blessings,
6 coming
everyone.
season. And we say forget about it. Please go to G Nation merch shop and purchase your 11 and 6 merch, please. Thank you, Tudo.
Thanks, Lou. NYG, you hit the nail on the head when you talked about this organization and this history. Man, it's disgusting when I sit back and sometimes it does get me so aggravated. And yes, I've been called out of my name and whatever, but we're the fucking New York Football Giants.
Facts.
We've been in existence since the 1920s. We are part of the reason why there is professional football today.
Facts.
You can try and separate the Super Bowl era, but it doesn't. If you look at the NFL Hall of Fame, they don't say from the Super Bowl era down. They go all the way back to the beginning. So you cannot discredit your history. You cannot. This organization has the third most titles in all of professional football history, only to the Green Bay Packers, who have 13, and the Chicago Bears, who have 9. We have 8. We have always owned the NFC East, to be brutally honest. We have. Now, you could sit here and talk about Dallas and their 5, but let's break it down even further. Everybody wants to talk analytics, stats, and facts and all this. But here's the fact of the matter. Look at the Super Bowl percentage. The New York Giants are 4-1. That's an 800 winning percentage. The Cowboys are 5-3. That's 66%. The Redskins, Commanders, however you want to categorize or consider them, they're 3-2. The Eagles have won Super Bowl and they've been there what, 4 or 5 times,
and lost every one of them but one.
Yeah.
but one.
But one.
And the best thing they've
cannot-
ever done is beat the Patriots, and we did it twice.
Exactly. When we were supposed to be destroyed by them, especially 18-1. But yet and still, we are so focused on these past few years. Yes, I'm older. I get it. I've seen a lot of the glory years, but I've also seen a lot of the atrocities. Go back to the 1970s. You want to talk about a decade of futility? Go back to the 1970s, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all ain't seen futility. Y'all ain't seen shit. Y'all ain't seen it.
I promise you. Shit, you can go
This is
back to the
aggravating.
90s, coach.
The thing that bothers me most about all of this is we are sitting here in a civil war, to be brutally honest. Most of these other fan bases, you have people who, we get it, debate, whatever, but there's not to the level that we are seeing here. We're calling each other out of our name. We're attacking our own greats and disrespecting them. But yet and still, people are worrying about the last 10 years, whatever. Y'all don't know the pain a lot of Giants fans, older Giants fans, has gone through.
Right.
But they still respect their history because they know what they have been through. They respect every New York Football Giant player that has been here, coach. Pat broke it down into what this organization has done for the league in terms of sending coaches to other teams, and look at what they've done. And go through every last one of those coaches. The trees still come back to New York.
Facts.
Now,
Dallas
you
wouldn't
wanna-
even be Dallas without us.
Exactly. And what most of y'all don't know, before they were the Cowboys, they were actually the Kansas City Chiefs, who actually moved from Texas to go to Kansas City. But most people don't know that. But yet and still, when we come back to the New York Football Giants, we are acting like we are, and I don't care what the media and narrative that's skewed out there. First and foremost, this is football. It's cyclical, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs. That's why they want parity in here. Patrick Mahomes hasn't had that long. Yes, he's done some amazing things, so I give him his respect. But how long has he been in the league? Now, if you want to talk about the Patriots, they did it for a long, long time. Respect to them.
And guess what, Coach? The Patriots weren't shit before they got
Exactly.
Belichick.
I remember watching them play the Chicago Bears and getting totally dick fucked.
You ain't lying.
I'm
Who was
watching
that damn
Steve
quarterback they had?
Eason sitting
Yeah.
back there in literal fear. You see it in his eyes. If I'm a defensive player, I'm loving it. I'm saying to myself, there's my fucking bitch today.
You ain't lying. And guess what, Coach? They talking all this shit. You know how many teams have won a Super Bowl in the past 15
Thank
years?
you.
You know, one man was winning a lot of those championships. You know that, right?
Hold a minute, Pat. Take it even further. Go through the record of the NFL. How many teams have never won or even been to a Super Bowl?
I'll name them. Vikings ain't never won shit. Falcons ain't never won shit. Bengals ain't never won shit. The Panthers ain't never won shit.
Bills.
Jaguars ain't never won shit. Bills ain't never won shit. Cardinals ain't never won shit.
Browns have never been there. Think about that.
Browns ain't never been there.
They have
got
never been here in the
Super
Bowl. They have never been here in the Super Bowl era, but they were there back in the 50s and the 60s. The great Jim Brown and what they did, and that's the point. That's why Cleveland. You talk about what we're going through. Imagine being a Cleveland Brown fan. And don't forget, the Baltimore Ravens started in Cleveland and left because of all the bullshit that was going on.
Right.
And they wanted a new start. So if you want to be technical, the 2 championships that Baltimore won should be in Cleveland.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Texans ain't never won shit.
Exactly.
Like, you gotta go through your history,
this is crazy that we go through as Giants fans and we tear each other apart. Wells said it best. Why can't we just sit here and root for our team no matter what? Why are we calling each other out each other's name? And this is on both sides. This is everyone. This is every last one of us. This is why the media is making a mockery of us. Because we're supposed to be the great New York, but look at how we are acting.
Facts.
And you know what? When we do have success, people still come with the negativity. So it's like, because people always say, oh, well, winning cures it. Not with this fan base.
We just made the playoffs and won a playoff game 2 years ago.
Man.
Thank you, Diella. Thank you, Diella. And we know about the Houston Oilers. Earl Campbell is one of the and people could argue, but he is one of the greatest running backs in the NFL.
Oh yeah, injury stopped him.
Exactly. But the Houston Oilers, love your blue. That was the mantra. Like, trust me, I'll sit here and I'll talk to you about the history of the NFL, and just go back and you take a look. And that's why it is so baffling when we sit here and we are so toxic. We are so dysfunctional right now.
Tell him, Miss Florida.
Prior to me coming onto YouTube and being a content creator, I had never experienced anything like this in my life. I always said the fans that I hated the most is the Dallas Cowboys. And my disdain for them has lessened because of shit like this, man. We are sitting here calling each other names, calling people coons, or never saying the words, but insinuating.
Applying it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you ain't even man
For
enough to
what?
directly insult
Over
somebody.
a damn football game? Over different points of opinions? That's the beauty. That is supposed to be the beauty of all of this. We should be able to say, you know what? Let's agree to disagree, no matter what, because in the end, we just want to see our team win. That's really what it should be about. I could disagree. I disagree with all my brothers up here often. NYG and I go back and forth.
But it takes intellect to do that. And
Right.
that's what is lacking.
And it is sad, man. It is sad because we are one of the storied franchises in the NFL. And I'm sorry to some of you young ones who just want to focus on today. And I understand you haven't seen a lot of the winning. But ladies and gentlemen, I didn't see the winnings going all the way back to the 1920s. But I know my history and I appreciate it.
Need to play this speech before game one.
Yeah.
Continue, please.
They was stupid. They was
They need to hear
stupid,
this.
bro.
Coach Dante, I feel you. I feel you on being called to Uncle Tom. I've been called so many names all my life, and that's why I'm desensitized to stuff like that because I don't care. What have I been saying since before I got 6? I'm the sexiest fat man in the world, and I still believe I'm the sexiest fat man. I don't care if I get skinny.
But let's talk about pain. You know how many times the Vikings have made the Super Bowl and lost?
Thank you. 4.
You know how many
4.
times the Bills went to the Super Bowl and lost in a row, and they lost
straight.
to all NFC East teams?
4 straight, Pat. Think about that. 4 straight.
Yeah, man.
Just think of 49ers fans. The 49ers fans ain't won nothing since 94. More years than the Cowboys.
And
And
they've
they
been
make
to
it
what,
to the
3?
NFC Championship
been
and
to
Super
3
Bowl
Super
so
Bowls?
many times every year and lose. Think about the Detroit Lions. They went nuts when they went into the NFC Championship game.
Thank
They
you.
ain't never won shit. The Bears ain't won shit since 85. And they don't do this. The Cardinals ain't never won anything, and you don't hear them doing this.
This is why we need to.
Detroit. We was just in Detroit for the draft.
Facts.
And you should have seen the Detroit fans. Jared Goff. Jared Goff.
Yeah, bro.
They was cheering like they won the Super Bowl.
Look, see what you're saying. You're talking about an organization, a franchise that has never been to a Super Bowl, okay? And they're fighting, but they're still supportive.
Mm-hmm.
But as Giants fans, we don't support our own.
How
But
many
we
times
have
have the Lions made the playoffs in the past 40 years? Forget what of the Super Bowl. How many times?
Here's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Detroit has had some great talent throughout the history.
They've had Barry Sanders. They've had
They've
Wasn't
had
this the first year they won a playoff game?
Barry Sanders, that year Barry Sanders ran through the Cowboys that year. I think that was back in like 96 or 97. Somewhere 90. It was either between 96 and 98. But Barry Sanders, they've lost 2 legit greatest of all time at their positions, and Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders. They retired because they were so tired of losing, bro. Look at the people like Herman Moore. I think he made the playoffs maybe one time in his whole career. He was a 6'7" monster. He was just a slower version of Calvin Johnson. Look at all the bad quarterbacks they've had in Detroit, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's one thing, okay? Where we sit here and we talk about the Giants, okay? But we have a franchise right here in New York that's been to one Super Bowl. They won Super Bowl 3 and ain't sniffed it since.
Since 69.
67, my year. No, 68, 67, 68
I think
season.
it was.
I think
the
Jets got the longest playoff drought too. Currently.
So think about that. Think about what we are
it's
sitting
like
here
10
saying.
years now they going on.
Now, I'm not saying except. I am not saying except losing. I am not saying except mediocrity. But don't take it like this is the end of the world. And then we're sitting here and we are ripping each other apart. This is what is aggravating and disgusting. Like there are days where I seriously debate myself. Like why the fuck are you doing Giants content, Ed? Why are you even thinking about it? Why are you even thinking about taking your knowledge and helping people understand the game of football and trying to show them and give them your insight? I got high schools calling me to break down film for them. I could be doing so much more than what I'm doing here. I do it because I love my brothers. I love the associations. I love I've created, the people that I have engaged. I don't do this. I don't do this because I'm getting paid. I damn sure ain't getting paid by this or from this. I just do this because I love it. Please, Giants Nation, we need to cut the bullshit. Disagree. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing. I don't have any issue with that. You want to argue and debate, but do it in a manner that's not degrading, disrespectful, calling people out of each other's names. You know what? Look, I don't agree with you. I just see it a different way. We talk about Adam Costas, but Adam's still family.
Mm-hmm.
May not agree with everything,
but
gonna
be right there November 3rd with us.
Exactly. Yeah. This is why. This is why. And here's the last thing I'm going to say about the whole Daniel Jones thing, which baffled my mind, because I still to this day it sticks in my head. I remember how everyone was Daniel Jones this, Daniel, he's terrible, he's that. But I remember in that stadium, I think you were there, NYG, and he went out there, and the whole stadium was cheering for him.
Yeah, they were chanting his name.
How is that? So either you're a bunch of hypocrites.
They are.
Most of them are.
And really not truly a fan of the team.
And most of them don't show out either. Most of them don't show out to these events. They don't show out to the stadiums like the Big Blue Crew does. They don't come to events. They're not out there with the real fans. They sit on Twitter in the basement and type bullshit because they ain't got nothing else to do. And that's who they are.
That's the main thing that pisses me off, man. I understand if you can critique your team. We just did it with the run game. We just literally just did it.
Yeah.
We don't think the run game is going to be the way it's supposed to be. And I truly don't believe we're going to be able to run the ball like we're supposed to. But I'm not going to sit here and say we're the worst team ever and we got the worst quarterback ever. And you know what pisses me off so bad? If the Giants go out there and do their thing this year, and let's say they do go on and win a Super Bowl, these motherfuckers going to act like they ain't said one word about this team.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna act like they ain't said one bad word about it. They're gonna be out there trying to cheer like they've been down for the Giants all this time. Which
they're gonna be like, I knew it. I told you.
Yeah, I told you. We gonna shut the fuck up, bro. Because you was just saying we want to win one game.
That part, you know what? Whatever. I don't care about that. It's just I just want to see us stop tearing each other apart, man. That's really what it boils down to me. For me, and I'll keep saying it. It goes all of us. Myself included. I hold myself accountable too in acting ignorant towards others and allowing people to get under my name. I said it to NYG recently. What most of y'all don't know, I've never allowed people to get at me the way that certain people have gotten at me. I have been a master of being focused on the task at hand. I have coached games where people in the stands are calling me names, and I don't pay that no mind. Because in the end, I'm out here doing what I love to do. I've won my championships. I've lost championships. I've helped people get into NFL camps, get to Canada, go overseas, get into the Arena League. I've done all this shit. But I still do it because I love it. I don't do it because I get paid. I've coached minor league, semi-pro, every level except the NFL and major college, and I do a lot of it for nothing. I love the game of football.
Facts.
And that's what I wish a lot of fans would do.
That's a fact, man.
I've helped a lot of people get right. I've helped a lot of people get into the IFL. I've helped people get into the NFL.
Exactly.
But you go on Twitter, these mugs act like I've never done anything. Oh,
I've helped people get
you're a
off the block.
liar.
Say
Right.
that again, Lou. Say that again, Lou.
I've helped people get off the block.
That
Facts.
is right there is more powerful than anything that I could ever do as a football coach.
No, you did the
Here.
same thing coaching because you kept some of them kids from going out to the
Okay,
block.
true.
Facts.
True. That's fair. That's fair. I'm just saying, but you helped them get off the block. So I
Well,
helped keep them from getting there. So, but yes.
Especially the kids that had two parents that didn't belong there, that was out there working. Their parents was working to give them a better life, and they was out here trying to, be cool with the kids. And I'd be like, "What your ass doing out here?"
Exactly.
Your mom and your daddy. You don't get your ass out of here. Next time I see you out here, I got something for your ass. Fuck off the
And
block.
last thing, right? Because we sitting here going back and forth over football, man. There's a young man who's just drafted who's not going to envision his dream because he was killed in a car accident. I mean, we don't know all the stories, but still, the fact of the matter is, and we sitting here tearing each other apart. Life is more important. Life is more precious than this. But understand who you are, the organization that you got. I think if some of you really did your homework and really went back and you like stats, you like analytics, go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That's another thing, because people tell me that all the time. You go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, it changes your whole perspective on your organization.
I've been there, coach. Man. I got pictures and everything, man. It's an incredible experience, man. Especially if you have like young children and you take them there. If your young kids are interested in football or sports, anything like that. I took both. I took my son and my daughter there to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, man, and we had a ball, man. It was a phenomenal experience. They have different interactive things, like you get to wear a Super Bowl ring. You get to get on the like hold a real football. You get to stand in front of like real live football figures. They take you through this whole history of the NFL and different things like that. So it's definitely a anybody that's in the Cleveland area or thinking about going to a Cleveland Browns game, I strongly suggest you visit the Hall of Fame in Canton. It's only like 30 minutes away from the Cleveland Browns Stadium. It is a wonderful experience, man. I must say, just as a football fan and just as a fan of sports, just going through the history, and then, like I said, all the interactive things that they have for like kids and stuff to try out and do. It's pretty cool.
But NYG, it also teaches you the history of your team, and you see it in a bigger perspective in comparison to the
they have a whole section of like the Giants, like, you know what I'm saying? Like have a whole section of each team. You see all the people that's in the Hall of Fame. You see all the plaques that's in there. And I mean, it's everything involved in football, man. I mean,
and that's the point. That's my whole point.
And it's not even expensive to go see it. I mean, you know what I mean? You can contact Go Travels if you want to book a trip there.
There you go.
Throw that plug in there real quick. I had to sneak it in there.
But look. You will also get to see and appreciate your team in comparison to the full league. That's what I'm getting at. You will see. You will appreciate so much more. You will appreciate the beginning of football. And I understand some people might try and hit me with the racism and the separation, but that's just the time. That's a fact of life. But it still does not take away from what has been accomplished by this organization since the beginning. And think about this. The damn football is named after the owner of the New York Giants.
Facts, the dude.
the football. I mean,
that's how strong your history is.
That should tell you a whole lot. Yes, we've had issues the past decade, a little bit over a decade.
Every team goes through issues, man. Every team goes through it.
Just to add to that, Coach, the freaking trophy is named after one of the coaches that we let go to the Packers.
Thank you.
You know how much how much history the Giants is written all over That's why I could be so calm when we getting our ass whooped. Because I know my history. It's gonna come.
That's the point.
It's gonna come.
Exactly. It goes around. Now, look, for everything that the mighty Patriots did, look at where they're at now.
Yeah.
They're quote
Yeah.
unquote heading towards the bottom of the barrel. This happens in all of football. The mighty Eagles, I remember the Eagles when they was quote unquote
Oh, they
trash.
time is coming.
No, I'm saying
Oh
I
yeah.
remember in the past when they was
Oh yeah,
trash.
it's
That's
coming.
what I'm getting
Yeah,
at.
buddy.
I remember. So yes, what I'm getting at, it goes through everyone. This is a beautiful game. Appreciate it, but appreciate what we have before it's things change in the long run. Because I'm proud of the fact our winning percentage in the Super Bowl. Since everyone focuses on the Super Bowl, we're at
80%.
80%. There's only one team with multiple Super Bowls that's undefeated, and that's the Baltimore Ravens, and they only have 2 Super Bowls. So
Mm-hmm.
think about that, ladies and gentlemen. The Patriots don't have our percentage. The 49ers don't. The Steelers don't. The Cowboys don't. This
Right, Luke.
organization, we as a fan base, yes, we want to see our team do better. Support our team no matter what. Because there's one other factor that goes around in all sports. There are players that don't want to come to New York, and we say, "Well, we don't want you here because you just can't handle it." But sometimes it's like, you know what? We need to just take a step back. I'm not saying be subservient to him and all of that, but sometimes we can be very harsh, and it's like, damn, man, come on.
Creates diamonds though.
There's pressure creating dimes, but sometimes as fans we do go overboard, bro. We really do as fans. And that's what I'm getting at. I'm not talking about booing. Yes, always boo. You have every right to boo when you go to the game.
We want our team to go out there and stomp that ass, right?
Yes.
And in order to
Like
stomp
Strange
that
said.
ass properly, you've got to be able to have been stomped a few times and learn what it feels like and make sure that it's never going to happen again. So when you come through New York, you're going to get stomped out a bit. But you got to have the type of grit to say, you know what? I bet this be the first and last time this shit happens to me. And that's what happens. You got to get
Losses.
walk through the fire to be
Right.
a motherfucking giant. You heard?
And
Losses
it is
create.
not the fan base in general, coach.
No.
Because a lot of the when we go to these drafts, you don't find Giants fans talking like these dudes on here
Nah.
on Twitter and all. It's the fans that are just negative about everything, bro. It don't matter what they do. We're the worst team to ever play football.
And
It's
that's
like
the
it's
problem.
crazy. That's the
That's
problem.
the problem. That's that mentality.
When it's the exact opposite. One of the
Yeah.
best teams to ever play football.
Like you basing our history based off the last 11 to 15 years. And even if you go 15 years, we won a Super Bowl within those 15
All
years.
of you great
We
content
made the
creators,
playoff twice in the last 10.
Right.
all of you great content creators to tell them where they can find you,
For
where
as
to go
bad as we
subscribe,
been.
where to follow you at, because I'm about to wrap it up. It's 12:30 and I got to work in the morning. So
I gotta
let
get
them
that.
know where they can follow you at, starting with Coach. Go ahead.
If you don't know, Coach has Amazing World of Sports. Very simple on YouTube. On Twitter, it's Skies Papa, SKYSPOPPA 72. Shout out to my granddaughter Skylar. Love you, baby. On Instagram, don't sweat the technique. Just like Rakim says, don't sweat the technique. And that's pretty much it. So
Well, to all the negative fans, you can find me at your mama house.
damn, God.
Nah. But, yo, man, you can find me right here on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, Big Fat Sports Talk, and New York Giants Full Access, the All 32
Steep in them
podcast.
bags.
Right, the NFL All 32 podcast will be premiering tomorrow, sometime during the afternoon. Like I said, the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. You're always going to find me here with the Big Blue Crew, and I do appreciate all the real fans that come through here. And like I said, I do get out of hand sometimes, but it's just certain people that just really get under my skin, bro. And I know they wouldn't talk to me like that if I saw you in person. You can type all day. But if I saw you in person, I promise you, I promise you, you're gonna find a whole different Pat. But
Mhm.
And it ain't the skippity pat.
right, it's gonna be old shit Pat here. Yeah, I told you. But yeah, you catch me, New York Giants full access, doing what I do with G Nation Lou, Coach, NYG, all the big blue crew. Hit that like button, the subscribe button,
For
and
sure.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep doing content no matter what anybody says about me, or how bad you try to talk about me, or how bad you try to deny that what I'm doing. Hey, look, I'm one test away from becoming an actual scout with SMWW. So you can believe it if you want to or not. We got players in all 4 leagues ready to get their shot. TJ Edwards, shout out to you, just did 10 touchdowns in the IFL league over there in
Mhm.
Dallas. 10 touchdowns. I
Mm.
know it's arena football. You can deny him
Mhm.
if you want to. That dude's a talent, and we almost had him with the Cowboys, but they went back with that trash quarterback, and he's not on the team anymore. We told Jerry Jones. But he might get a shot again after this season to bring in TJ Edwards. But other than that, man, I'm just blessed, and I'm gonna continue to do what I do, man.
NYG.
Yeah, man. Catch me at Unpopular Opinion Sports. You know, we're gonna be doing the Giants conversation. Got a lot of big things coming up on Giants conversation this season. So stay tuned for that. Of course, you catch me and Coach on Heart of the City Tuesday night, 8:30. You know, doing talking all New York City area sports, from the Giants to the Jets to the Mets, Yankees, Nets, all New York City area teams, college and women's sports as well. In my new podcast, man, Black Top Podcast, Friday night, 7:30. Talking all hoops, man, from international hoops to the pros to the AAU, college, all that good stuff, man. And you already know, Big Blue Crew. I'm on all Big Blue Crew streams, as we are the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, man. So definitely like, share, and subscribe to all of us here on the panel. You already know what it is, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat and appreciate the support from all y'all, man, the real sports fans out there.
Yes, we do not discriminate, Miss Flawed. Coach Ed gives you a
Women's sports,
in-depth review of all the women.
very
She
in
knows.
depth.
She
Yeah.
knows. She knows. She knows.
You know, he goes in, pause, not nasty. He gives you the intricacies, the ins and outs of the game, and how these ladies put it down. So, shout out to everybody in the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, from every angle, man, grinding. Everybody using their skill sets and talents to bring you guys the rawest and truest content, unbiased and from an angle, from a coach, from a player, from a fighter, from every angle and every sports alley and avenue that you can think of, we got you covered. So subscribe and keep your eyes open for big things to come, man. More things coming your way from the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. But until next time, man, y'all already know what it is. You heard?
Peace.
Ain't no chatting, no liking, just action. All my is strong like they patching. You already know. Popping. Ain't no stopping me now, steady rocking. Watch them hate on me now, cause I'm locked in. Watch the hate on me now, cause I'm popping. I ain't stopping.
And the New York Giants are the Super Bowl champions.